Cosmic Kickback, the galaxy's favorite talk show. As always, I'm your host, Nick, joined by my co host, Joshua.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we got a really anticipated TV show that we've waited so long for.
It's true.
It's Invincible Season 2. The show came out, I think, 2021, and then Season 2 dropped in late 2023.
Was it really 2021?
Dude, I think so, because I was working at the car dealership at the time, and I remember like every week sitting down and like watching the episodes like on my breaks.
God, that's wild.
I know, it's crazy to think, yeah. But yeah, this is a really hype show for me. This comes from Robert Kirkman, who's a really great comic artist, or not an artist, but a comic book creator. He did The Walking Dead. Now he's done Invincible that he kind of started off, and now it's an animated television show. It's picked up by Prime. Season 2 is here, so we're going to review it. We're going to talk about it, say what we loved, say what we didn't like, and yeah, just speak on the whole thing as a whole.
Yes, sir.
So
well, this came out, I mean, like the whole season wrapped not too long ago, maybe like a month, maybe at most.
maybe 2. I want to say maybe
Damn,
March.
for real? Holy shit. I just
Well, no,
know
you might
that
be.
the first half they did this. Okay, that's the big thing they did. This 8 episodes. They dropped the first 4 like in, what was it, like December of last year, November?
November, I think.
And then there was like a 3-4 month break, and then the second half, the last 4 episodes came out, and that was maybe like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a weird. I don't know why this is becoming like a thing, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people have had the same complaint because I was watching other YouTube reviewers saying that they had this mid-season break to kind of build momentum and hype, but I think that it kind of did the like complete opposite. Like there are
Yeah, I
people
agree.
I was speaking to who were saying like they haven't even seen like the first part of season 2 because they were just waiting for the whole thing to drop, because that's the whole point of streaming. You want to get everything on demand all at once. And I
Yeah.
don't know, I feel like 4 episodes is like just not enough to like just do a half season break.
Yeah, it's I mean, I actually prefer, I think it, okay, I don't know why they did that. The building hype thing, I honestly don't buy it. I think they needed more time to animate, and I think that's why they did it. Like, because otherwise I don't see the point, because I don't think it builds hype. If anything, like you said, I think it did the opposite. The first 4 episodes all came out in November of last year. They all
Yeah.
dropped each, what was it, every Thursday? I don't remember what day
Yeah,
it was.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, and I'm looking right now, and episode 5, 6, 7, and 8, the last 4 premiered midway through March. The first one came out during spring break, and then the last episode came out the very beginning of April 4th. So March and then very beginning of April. So that's like December, January, February, March. That's like 4 months in between for like a show that comes out once a week. So you had 4 weeks, 4-month break, and then another 4 weeks. So that's like, it had to have been an animation issue.
I really hope that it is, because if that is the case, then I would, give a little bit of forgiveness. But the fact that we waited so long, like pretty much 2 years, borderline like 2 years and maybe a couple months, take or give, and then they give us like a break with only like 4 episodes. I don't know. It's a really weird business decision, and I hope that maybe the creators and whatever the executives at Prime are like looking at people's reaction to it, maybe seeing the streaming numbers, maybe they dipped for the second part of season 2, and I hope they rethink the decision. Maybe just take your time and get it all animated, get it all done at once so you can just have it weekly. I think that would be a much better business model, because I already like the weekly streaming. I don't really like when everything is kind of dropped all at once. I mean, yeah, it's cool. That's nice if you really want to like binge the hell out of a show, but something dropping weekly, I feel like already has the potential to garner like the hype, to build the conversation. But taking a break, I feel like maybe kind of hurt the show.
Yeah, I don't really like, I think as a fan, I do like when you can just binge it all at once. But I think for the show, it's more beneficial for them, because if you drop it all at once, everybody's going to be talking about it like, the day it comes out, and like for like the next couple days, maybe a week if it's like really good, maybe 2 if it's really, really good. But then everyone's seen everything by then, and people kind of stop talking about it. But when you go week to week, people are like, oh shit, this episode was really good. Like, oh, what's going to happen? And that's like the model that TV shows have been using for years, and it's what I think it's what works because someone like let's say someone didn't watch Invincible and then I watched the first couple episodes and I'm like, oh my god, like this is good, and I'm telling my friends about it in that week to week release, and then they start watching it and then they're locked on. You know what I mean? Like, if it's just, it keeps people talking, which keeps like the show relevant. And what's weird is this break. I can see how on paper you can be like, oh yeah, if we put a break in between and we leave it on a big cliffhanger, people are going to be talking about it for this whole time, and they're going to be like, when the second half comes, it's going to go crazy. I can see that on paper making sense. I just
Yeah.
think this break was too long. Like, it was like 4 months. I mean, this actually happened. You told me that the second half had came back, and I didn't even know. I was like, wait, it's back? And you're like, yeah, bro, like two episodes have came out so far. The third one comes out in a couple days. And I had not heard anything about it. I'd heard no one talking about it. I saw no advertisement from them themselves that it was back. I saw absolutely nothing. I didn't even know it was dropping.
Yeah, I don't know. I get what you're saying. Like, it does help the lifespan of a show to just drop it weekly, but to then throw a break into it after a show that like fans have already waited like 2 years for it, I don't know. It definitely was a strange business decision. And also, yeah, I didn't really see any like announcements for season two. The only reason I knew is because I had it like locked in on my calendar, bro. I was like, all right, this is the date it's coming back. And Prime, they're becoming like a big subscription service now. They have a Fallout show they were probably advertising,
Mm-hmm.
the Roadhouse movie we just reviewed, a couple of other things that went to streaming. So I can totally get how it just flies under people's radars that part two is coming out. Um, and I don't know, I would like to see the streaming numbers and how that all works to see how many people actually tuned in when season two, part two came back.
Yeah, I bet you it dropped. I bet you there was a dip because like people like me, I was excited and I was ready for season two. I was, we had a long wait. I was ready. It was, I think, legitimately almost a 3 year wait, almost, because
Hmm.
I think you're right. I think it was 2021, but I think it was like early 2021.
Yeah,
So that means if it came out in November, it was like 2, 3, 4 months away from it being 3 years since it came out, which is
yeah,
crazy.
dude, it's wild. I don't know. I really hope that streaming services stop doing this because Netflix, they're another one that's notorious for doing this. Chelsea, my girlfriend, she was hyped for this show called Bridgerton. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like old time English like love story.
Well, didn't
They
a
have a
new
season.
season just come out?
Yeah, so the first half of the new season came out.
Oh, they did it again.
So yeah, they dropped 4 episodes for the new season, but the break was much smaller in between the episodes. I think like maybe a week. No, it's probably like 4 days ago. She already binged the whole like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Uh, she watched them all, and then part two I think is dropping next month.
Okay.
So way less time in between each one. But even then, like she was still kind of mad. She's like, why did they split this shit up into two parts?
Hmm.
My idea is that they want people to be subscribed to their service for
Oh
longer.
my god, that's probably true.
It's definitely money motivated, but I don't know, maybe I'm really hoping that with Invincible they just had some things that they needed to brush up with like animation and voice acting. Um
Hmm.
and we'll go into that more into the season about how the animation, how all the production and stuff looks. But yeah, right off the bat, I did not like that.
Yeah. Well, besides that, I mean, let's talk about the actual arcs that happened throughout the show, like season two itself. I think we should go full spoilers. This is already all out.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you haven't watched it all and you don't want anything spoiled, turn this off, go finish it on Prime, and then come back. Um, yeah, let's just drop in. Nick, what did you think of the season overall? What did you like, not like, all that?
I really like this season. I think the animation definitely improved greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at first, I was kind of iffy about them exploring like the multiverse. It's something that's kind of becoming like mainstream now, along with like superhero.
Yeah.
But in the first episode, we're introduced to Angstrom Levy. He's set up immediately as kind of the main antagonist. But we kind of see a different perspective. We see pretty much an alternate timeline where Invincible sides with his father to kind of get Earth ready for Viltrumite takeover. And he comes from a time where, he sees Invincible as like an evil person. Then we see him by the end of the first episode, he teams up with the Mauler twins and he tries to, I guess, merge all these different selves of him from different dimensions to become like this big, like brainiac kind of person.
Yeah, he's trying to like get the memories and things of everybody, but he says that, oh, we have to do it in a very particular way because this can like make me crazy because I won't be able to differentiate like my life from like someone else's memory. It's all gonna be
Yeah.
a big jumbled mess. So they're like, all right, we can lock in though. We can get this to where you can differentiate someone else's reality from yours still, even though it's in your memory. Um, but yeah, then Invincible pulls up.
Yeah. And Cecil's like, he's like, tell me what you see. And he's like, there's a machine with like a bunch of the same guy hooked up. And he's like, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Just destroy it. And so he destroys it. I think there's actually a pretty cool fight scene. I mean, it's not really a fight scene. Pretty much Invincible gets jumped by like all these interdimensional Mauler twins, and they start fucking him up, dude. But Invincible wins. He blows up the machine, and then at the very end of the episode, I didn't know this actually until Josh told me. He was like, "Bro, did you see like the end credit scene of the first episode?" And I was like,
Oh
"What?"
yeah, you didn't even know there
And I
was.
had to I had to go back and watch it, and it shows Angstrom Levy. He survives the explosion, and now he has like a big like brain sack
Big
hanging
ass
from
head.
his bag. Yeah, he has a big ass head. Yeah. And now he's pretty much crazy. He's fucked up. The whole procedure didn't go correctly, so now he's kind of the main antagonist for the season. I liked that. Um, I think it was a pretty creative way to do something like that, and I like how immediately from the first episode we kind of saw Angstrom's kind of perspective of how why he would view that invincible and invincible in all dimensions is kind of like an evil person, but in the one that he's in with the Muller twins, like he's actually a good dude. Like this is the one universe he didn't join his dad to take over Earth.
Yeah, and he actually doesn't like come back into play until like the very end of the season.
Yeah, there's a lot of side stories and stuff that kind of happen throughout that we're gonna get into.
Yeah, it's honestly well, okay, so I'm just going to assume that people listening like know what we're talking about because if they're still here. So like
Yeah.
what I'm going to say is so I could be wrong because I only watched through this once. I swear Angstrom is in episode 1 and then I don't think he pulls back up again until like the end of episode 7 and then he's in the entirety of the finale in episode 8. I could be wrong, but I don't think he appears in 2 through 6, which I'm fine with. And if he does appear, it's like maybe like for a minute or so, like not too long. He takes the back seat until the end when he comes back, which I don't mind. I'm actually I don't know how you feel about this, Nick, but I was surprised to say that for the first half, episodes 1 through 4, I'm pretty intrigued with Invincible. His story, he goes and I mean the big thing in that one is that he goes to a planet and his dad is there. Omni-Man's
Oh yeah.
back. That's like a huge part. There's a huge cliffhanger. There's a big fight. We can talk more in depth in that if you want. But after that, there isn't too much for Mark to do, I think. Like I actually felt like after that he didn't really do too much until the end. I actually after that found myself enjoying I guess you could call it the B plot with
Side
Rex
characters.
Explode. I actually really enjoyed the part with Rex Explode's character arc in this season. I actually found myself like enjoying that part more during the second half of the season. I don't know about you.
So yeah, I agree. I think I guess you can say yeah, the B plots of this. We got, Debbie grappling with her kind of getting over Nolan leaving and feeling like betrayed. There's
Mm-hmm.
also a B storyline with Donald who thinks that he's not human anymore after
Oh
he
yeah.
finds evidence that, the house that he used to monitor Nolan across the street, he finds like his glasses there. So he kind of has this idea in his head now. He's like, have I died before? But yeah, I like the Guardians of the Globe storyline, Rex Blode. A lot of them, not a lot of them, but two of them get fucked up, and two
Oh
of
my
them actually
god.
die.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
Oh my god. I was not expecting the deaths.
bro,
Holy
when they
shit.
introduced the fucking Lizard League, first of all, the name, bro, I'm like, okay, like
Yes,
they're
sir.
fucking they're light work. but I think it's like season episode 5. They get into a big fight and Duplicate dies, and then Shrinking Ray also dies.
Oh
And dude,
yeah.
I don't know, Duplicate. Oh, she gets it pretty bad. She literally gets like smashed in, like her head is smashed with like a clone of hers, and then she just fucking dies.
Yeah.
And then Shrinking Ray, she gets eaten, and then she tries to do that Ant-Man shit. She tries to like grow and come out of somebody's body, but she can, bro. She's literally like suffocating in this dude's body, and then she fucking gets killed.
I
And I'm
guess the
like,
lizard dude's body is like that dude's locked in, bro.
yeah, I don't know, like scales or something
I don't
like
know.
that. But jeez, and then Rexplode, he fucking he
Dude, oh
like
my
loses his
god.
hand. Yeah, he loses his hand, and then he gets like shot in the head, bro.
When he got shot in the
And
head, I was like, holy shit, what the hell?
yeah, I was hoping they didn't kill him because I actually do really, really like his character. I think he's one of my favorites this season.
Hmm.
But he survives that shit. I think he gets like a new hand and stuff. But oh my god, dude, that fight was really brutal. And
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. I wasn't expecting any of that. So like seeing all that, I was like, damn, what the hell's going on, bro? This is
yeah,
wild.
I know I couldn't take my eyes off the screen whenever they do like team fights like that and stuff. There's also a new guy. I think his name is like Bulletproof or Bulletstorm. I don't know. He's like another black hero. He's got like a yellowish costume kind of going on. I think he's like a new member of the Guardians of the Globe that's kind of like supposed to stand in for Mark. Because a couple times he gets pulled off to go to space. And that's where he meets his dad and he's on Thraxon and stuff. We didn't really get too much insight on him. But yeah, besides that, I really did like the B plot with the Guardians.
Yeah, I really like that. I found myself
Really
enjoying
entertaining.
that more in the second half of the season, like I said, because I don't want to say they didn't have anything to do with Mark, but I just okay. Let
I
this
can get
I
what you're
might be
saying.
wrong, and I might be wrong about this. This is what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Don't cancel me, bro. Um, I just found maybe not the characters and not what they were doing. I think they just maybe spent too much time on it, in my opinion. Um, I really didn't like how much time they spent like with Mark and Amber. Like I was like, come on, bro. Like I know what's gonna happen. I know what this is leading to. Like let's just get there
Yeah.
already. Like they spent a long time with like back and forth. Like, oh, are they gonna break up? Are they not? Okay, they're back together again. Oh, are they not? Like, and they oh my god, they very much like they took the criticism from the first season where people were like, man, I fucking hate Amber. And because Amber is so different in this season. She's this okay, you can argue that it's like, oh well, she went through like an arc in the first season, but like she pretty much like never like says anything against Mark like having to leave. Like but like in the first season, a lot of people didn't like what
Yeah.
she was doing. In this one, she's very much agreeable and she's very much like, oh no, I get it. Even though it does cause issues that they like have to go through. I just felt like they clearly changed her a
I
ton.
know you could tell that they wrote her differently. They're like, all right, people don't fucking like her. We gotta give her, less lines.
they
I don't know.
they
I
just made her more agreeable to Mark. Like she didn't really
Yeah,
like in the first season she spoke her mind a lot more and she was like, "Oh, like you didn't tell me that you're a superhero like I knew that you were like I'm mad that you like that whole
yeah,
thing." And in this one they made it to where she's just like, "Oh no, I get it. Like go, it's okay." And she didn't really like fight it at all. The only thing she does is at one point she like they do have a talk, but her talk is very much like she's like, "Oh, I feel like I can't be mad about this because like I understand that, people need you." I think that's an interesting thing to do. I think like I mean we know what's going to happen. I feel like I think we all know that Invincible is going to get with Adam Eve at some point.
yeah.
And I don't know if this is just me. Maybe this is like not a nitpick, but I just felt like they spent way too much time on Amber and Mark's breakup. I don't even did they even break up by the end of this? I don't
I don't
remember.
know. I remember they at one point they were sitting together in their college dorm and they were just like, she was like, I can't keep doing this, and he's like, but I can't stop, like, because I have a greater purpose. And they were just like, oh, what do we do then? And then I think
Yeah.
they hug and cry.
Yeah, I thought see cuz that was going to I thought that was going to be the scene where they break up, but then I don't know if that's
Yeah,
after. I don't know if this happens after or before, I don't remember. But then they both go their separate ways and they have like a long talk with like two people. Like Mark goes and talks to Mark Hamill, the guy who makes the
Oh yeah, art.
yeah, he goes and talks to Art, and they have a conversation. They both have a mirrored conversation that cuts back and forth between their conversations of whoever they're talking to about what they got to do in their relationship, what's most important to them, and it's kind of. I will say this: the one thing I did like, and I feel like they didn't need to spend all that time. I think they could have just done this, and it would have worked all the same. I think you could have had them have the conversation when Mark finally gets back from Thraxon because he's gone like a long ass time, and he talks to Amber, and Amber's like, oh, like you haven't been here for so long, like, and then maybe they introduce that there's like an issue with that. It's like how do we do this? And then I did like what they should have done is I think they should have just immediately gone to the point where they're starting to go on dates and stuff, and it's like working out again. They're happy, it's working, and then that Viltrumite pulls up on Amber and him. Because when that happened, I was like, oh
Oh
fuck,
yeah,
bro, that was
yeah.
done really
Fula,
well. Yeah,
that was dude. Yeah, she was like scared or something.
yeah. See, because like she grabs Amber by the neck and she's like, oh, like Mark, like you're coming with me right now. Like if you do anything, like I'm gonna snap her neck. Like I was like, oh fuck, bro, like holy shit.
Yeah,
Because that's like
I
traumatic, like I can see that being like a huge
yeah.
point in like, oh, I can't do this anymore.
I thought they were gonna go into the realm of like, Spider-Man. Like if you like, I don't know, me dating you puts you in like immediate danger because
Mm-hmm.
like they can see you as a weakness. I agree with you. I think it honestly just felt like they were rehashing issues from like season one.
Yeah.
Like Amber and Mark are having, issues, and then Mark's like, oh, it's so hard to have a girlfriend and go to college, and it's like why do you want to go to college, bro? Like you have
Yeah, that's
superpowers.
the other thing. Why the fuck does he give like at this point he was gone
What
like
is he
three,
gonna
four.
do?
Yeah,
Like get his degree and then be like, all right, I'm a superhero now with the degree. Like I don't
like
know.
I genuinely don't get that. Like
I don't
I
understand it.
I understand like from
He
a
wants to be normal, maybe.
I guess I don't know. I mean, it just feels like if I was him, I at this point, I mean, like especially after everything that happened with Thraxid, and he's now like fought multiple Viltrumites, and like seen that he's like fucking nothing compared to a lot of them. I would be like, you know what, bro? Like, I'm gonna drop out of college for now. Maybe if like life calms down in a couple years, I'll go back. But like, I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't do
Especially
this.
when you know that there's like an impending like Viltrumite invasion coming,
Yeah,
bro.
but like,
Like
why would
why do you want to go to college?
that degree ain't gonna be worth shit, bro? Like, what do you mean?
I know, dude. What is it? I don't understand it. I feel like yeah, if they were gonna continue the storyline, I feel like they should have had it end by like at least episode, I don't know, like 3 or 4, like
Yeah,
before the break or whatever. Like mid
yeah.
season, just get it over with. They break up. Now he's fully focused on like, finding his dad, um,
Yeah, it
helping
just
the
felt
Guardians.
redundant to me. It felt like I was like, okay,
Exactly.
they're continuing, like it's still going. Get on with it. I know where this is going. Like
Yeah,
it went a little too long. I think that's my main
it
complaint. I
dragged.
think, yeah,
It dragged. I think that's why I felt the other like storylines were way more entertaining for me because I was like, oh, thank God, a break from like Mark and Amber, dude. I was like, we get to see Rex Explode fight.
Mhm.
We get to see this weird thing of Donald finding out he's like a piece of a human. I think I like that whole part. Donald finding out that he's like some kind of Terminator like robot. Apparently, he's died like multiple times. I don't know what the number they say, but it's like at least over 30 or something. But each time he dies, like protecting people or fighting against uh bad things happening on Earth. So he's only maybe like 1 or 2% human. Like he's literally like just his brain.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought that was pretty
yeah.
cool.
I did like all of that. I also really like what they did with Debbie, the
Oh
Mark's
yeah,
mom. I thought everything with her was like done really well
yeah.
because with her, I mean, like, dude, like, what do you do after that? Like, oh my god.
I know she's like in a support group for people that have been like affected by superheroes. And I think she goes on a date with some guy from the group, and then he finds out that like, oh, like you're Omni-Man's like wife. And so she gets kicked out of the group. There's a really good scene with Art, Mark Hamill's character.
Hmm.
He comes to visit Debbie at her house, and she says that she feels like, she can't really raise Mark anymore without like Nolan because she felt like he was, such like a rock and like a pivotal person in her life. And she shows Art this photo of like her showing Mark how to ride a bike, and said she remembers that day like Nolan had to go fly off somewhere to like save somebody, and he's like, look, like I think that you were already a strong person. Like you don't need Nolan, and that kind of gives her like the resolve to be like, okay, like I can be a mother again.
Mm-hmm.
I like
I
that
agree.
part.
Yeah, there's a lot of good parts in this. I really think my now that I think about it, my only like gripe is really like the part with Amber and Mark. I think it went on a little bit too long. Um, what
Bro, I
else?
wanted more Alan, bro. We see
Dude,
Alan a
oh my
couple more
god.
times this season. I think
There's like a
is it
full Alan episode.
yeah, there's a whole Alan episode, bro, and it's so good, bro. I love
That honestly
dude.
might be my favorite episode of the season.
Yeah, I agree. He gets fucking jumped though by some Viltrumites.
Dude, he gets his
Um
ass
I
whooped, bro.
yeah, I genuinely thought bro was dead. I was
Oh,
like,
that's the other thing. Yeah, they did like two death things with him. Like, so he gets his ass whooped. His like eye is out of his socket. You know, he's
yeah,
like,
his arm is ripped off,
yeah. And then they put him in like a I guess some pod where
like
it's
an
like,
ICU pod.
yeah, and it's like some alien type thing. So it's like, okay, like they have better treatments than Earth does, so he'll probably be all right. But then the like twist is like the old dude who's like the leader of the rebellion against Viltrum. Um, he I guess is a Viltrumite, and then he like takes off his ICU, his like thing for Alan, and he's like, "Sorry, Alan." And then I'm like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And so I'm like, "Damn, like holy shit, how are they gonna beat all these dudes, bro?" Like Alan just got saved, but now he's dead again. But then they do a double fake out because Alan is good at the end of it, and the guy's like, "Oh, I had to do it." Because I guess like if you survived on your own without the help of the machine, like you would have came back stronger. He's like, so now look at you.
Yeah, he kind of like gained dependency, I guess,
Yeah, bro, dude bulked.
or independency. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he comes back like fucking stronger, and then I think he comes to fight again another Viltrumite.
Oh
She
yeah,
punches him, and then he's like, oh, and that ain't shit.
he's whooping ass, bro.
Yeah, then he beats the fuck out of her.
Shit went
Um,
hard.
let's talk a bit more about the reunion between Mark and Nolan.
Okay,
Um, Nolan gets, of course, we see his perspective. When he goes to space,
I
he
really
almost
like
commits
that scene.
suicide.
Oh my god,
Yeah, he
yeah.
almost falls into like a black hole, and he wants to kill himself, but then he stops himself because he sees a Thraxan ship, which is like a species of like bug people. He saves them from getting sucked into the ship.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to their planet, pretty much becomes their protector. And then Mark, he is sent into space by Cecil to kind of, I forget what, but I think they think that they know where Nolan is, or they see some kind of like life source on Thraxan.
No,
So he goes
he
there.
wasn't sent there by Cecil. He was sent there. Remember, he was just chilling at his dorm room, and then the fucking comic dog that looks like Doctor Strange pulled up,
Oh
and
yeah, dude, that shit got me so. I was like, what the hell is happening, bro?
yeah, when that was happening, I was like, bro, what is this show, dude? What is going
Yeah,
on?
I
That's
was
what it
confused.
was. And it was like one of the Thraxians had like a could shapeshift or had some device that let him shapeshift to look like that. And he's like, oh, I took you out here so you would believe me, but like we need your help, please. And he doesn't tell him anything about his dad. So when he gets there, um he's completely surprised that his dad's there and he didn't know any of that.
Yeah,
That's what happened. So Cecil, I think, didn't even know that he was going there with his like. They didn't even know his dad was there. Like that was
damn.
a big shock.
So he just dipped out of college and didn't even tell his girl,
Yeah,
and
that's
he
your
was
boy,
gone
bro.
for like a certain amount of months.
Yeah, that's your boy.
Okay, well, Nolan pretty much laid with one of the Thraxans, so now he's got like a Mark has a half brother.
Yes,
He's like
sir.
a purple little dude.
He just looks like a purple mark.
I know, yeah. He's got like the same hair and everything. It's funny. Um, so Mark and his dad, they meet up. At first, you kind of think they're gonna fight, but then Mark, he hugs his dad, but immediately then he starts kind of getting pissed at him. He's like, "Yo, why did you do all this? Why'd you leave us and stuff?" And you can kind of see Nolan has changed a bit. He's still trying to understand his feelings of like feeling empathy and feeling sad,
Oh yeah, there's one part where
regret
we're
and
just
stuff
like,
like
why
that.
do I feel like this?
I know. Why do I feel like this? Um, and then the Viltrumites come at some point and they start attacking the planet. So they kind of they got to square up with these dudes. They fight three different Viltrumites come, and first one of them is like fucking up Mark. It's like the big black dude. And Mark is like, holy shit, these guys are like way stronger than like even my dad. And Nolan comes and saves him towards that guy. He like cuts his stomach open. Um, and then
Mm,
Mark has to fight this lady with like a long like knife attached to her hair or something
yeah.
like that.
Well, one thing that
Um,
that his dad Omni Man says is he's like, oh, like you can't fight to like you have to fight as if you're trying to kill them. Like he's like, you got to fight like hard. Like these dudes are trying to kill you. You can't hold back. Like stop holding back. Like, you know, because I guess Mark doesn't want to kill anybody. Up to this point, Mark still has never killed anyone. But you know, against Viltrumites, like this dude is getting his ass handed to him, bro. Like Mark is getting fucked.
yeah, but then eventually he starts landing some pretty good punches, but he hesitates to give like a final killing blow,
Yeah.
so he gets stabbed,
Yep.
and then Nolan fucks her up. Dude, he like shoves his elbow like in her jaw, dude.
Yeah.
That
The fight is
Jesus.
brutal, bro.
Yeah, the fight that this was one of the fights I was really hyped for. This is like episode 4, so this is the mid-season finale. But
Hmm.
the fight's really good. And then Nolan, he gets the Viltrumite that he thought he killed pretty much like breaks his back, and then they take Nolan away because he's pretty much not an outcast, but he betrayed the Viltrumite Empire. So now he's going to be
Hmm.
put on trial. So they take his dad away. Nolan tells Mark to like, oh, like read my books and stuff, and like remember
Oh
like
yeah.
all the good stuff you did on Earth. Um, and then another Viltrumite comes and tells Mark, he's like, look, now that your dad's taken away, you're the new person, the new Viltrumite that needs to get Earth ready. And he's like, and if you don't, we're pretty much going to come and kill everyone on Earth for you. And that's where episode 4 ends.
Hmm. I agree.
But uh, past that, then everything else happens leading up. We can get into the fight now between Angstrom and Mark if you want to.
Oh yeah. So that at the end, I think it's right after. When is it? So Mark spent a lot of episodes or whatever with his issues with Amber. And
Hmm.
then I do really like how they handled the part where the Viltrumite just pulls up out of nowhere and then he has to fight her. And she's like, okay, like, oh, she helps him with the cruise ship. Like, there's like a monster attacking it. And she helps him because Mark ain't locking in. But then they fight because she's like, oh, they basically want the same thing. It's just they have different ways of like, you know what I mean? Like I thought that was an
Yeah,
interesting like their philosophy debate was kind of
yeah.
interesting.
Like Cecil was in Mark's here, and he was like, "Look, he's like, tell her if you mean everything you say, and like you want us to like, preserve like whatever the human race are like the strongest." He was like, "Come help me save these people, and I'll
Hmm.
agree to do whatever you do." And so she helps him save it. I thought that was pretty cool too,
Yeah,
because
I
yeah,
thought that was cool. Yeah.
they have different ways of like executing things, but their philosophies kind of do are like one and the same.
Hmm. But
But
then
then
she
she
whoops
fights
his ass,
them.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she whoops his ass, dude. And then she's like, "Look, like you need to get this planet ready, or like we're gonna come back and kill everyone."
Bro, that
So
one part after she whoops his ass, Mark's like on the floor done, and then she's like, "All right, stay the fuck down. If you get up, she's like, I'm gonna fucking kill your ass. I'm gonna kill everyone here. Like, I ain't taking no for an answer. Stay the fuck down." And then Mark's just like, and he tries to get up, and I'm like, "Dude, what is this guy doing, bro?"
dude, he's invincible.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she messes him up bad, bro. But
I I think it's kind of funny how his name is Invincible, and like I guess technically he's right because he hasn't died yet. But like this dude just always gets his ass just whooped, bro. Like this
yeah, I
guy's
know.
he's been on the brink of death like 5 fucking
I know.
times.
I think this season, like more
Oh
than last
yeah,
season, he gets
yeah.
fucking borderline fucking killed. Jeez.
But
But
right after that ends, there so that's like a whole other thing. You're like, damn, like what are we gonna do about that? Um, Angstrom Levi pulls up again, and he's like at Mark's house, and he's got his half brother and his mom like pretty much held captive, and that's like what we go through in the entire last episode.
yeah, Angstrom calls him and he's like, come home, like, I got your family. So a whole fight ensues where Mark is like fighting Angstrom inside of his house, with his mom and his half brother there, who
Mm-hmm.
he took home from Thraxon, and he tells his mom like, "Oh, like I met Dad, like this is my half brother."
Yeah.
And at first she's kind of like weirded out by it, but then she starts taking care of Mark's half brother, and it's pretty cute. He's like growing
Yeah.
up and stuff. He's like saying words.
Yeah, he's growing fast, kind of, because like the Thraxians have like such a they're bugs, they're bug people, so they
Yeah,
have like
they
a
got like a 1 year lifespan, I think.
yeah exactly. So I guess that combined with the
The
Viltrumite,
Viltrumite.
yeah, the Viltrumite DNA, how they live for like thousands and thousands of years. Like I guess he's aging quickly because of that, so he's locking in a bit. Um,
Yeah.
but oh, bro, Nick, I do want to talk about this. So the Angstrom Levi whole thing is pretty much not all of it, but it's like him getting sent to different universes by
Yeah, the
Angstrom.
fight.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
what I like about the fight is it's Angstrom Levi can't really like go toe to toe with him like physically, so
Yeah.
he's kind of just like outsmarting him and like manipulating him into what he wants him to do. He's kind of toying with him a lot, and so I really liked how that was handled. But I do want to say, on a previous episode somewhere out there, I think we were theorizing Invincible season 2 when it was first announced, and I made the prediction that
Nope.
Spider-Man was gonna pull up, and
Does
he-
Spider-Man pull up, or is
he
it?
technically does. He technically does, bro. Let's keep it
No,
real.
I think so. I think he does too. Yeah, it's straight
He-
up at Spider-Man.
It's a different costume. It's like what did he call himself? Like Agent Spider or something? I
Yeah,
don't.
it was like
But it's
something like that.
Spider-Man. It's the same thing, and it's voiced by the guy who voiced Spider-Man in the Spectacular
90s.
Spider-Man or in something. One of the cartoons. It's the same guy, and it's Spider-Man, bro. So like I'm
It's
just
so funny because he's like
Yeah.
sitting there, like instead of fighting because he gets punched through the portal, he's like sitting there like talking to him,
yeah.
and then I think he's also speaking to like a Batman variant, but we
Yeah,
don't see him.
they didn't show Batman, but that's like taken straight from one of the comic panels.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, I've seen that. That they pretty much did the panel exactly
Yeah.
how it was.
He's like, you call yourself Batman and you dress like a bat. Like he's like Invincible sitting there like all confused.
Hey, that's facts.
I thought that was pretty funny. I think he also gets punched through a portal to like the dinosaur age or some shit.
The dinosaur thing was funny because
Yeah,
it's like, it's
weren't they,
not
like-
just yeah,
They were like
it's,
sentient. They could like speak.
yeah, it's not just dinosaurs. It's dinosaurs that can talk. So
Yeah.
they see him and they're like, "Holy shit, is that a human? Like I thought they were extinct. We haven't seen them in forever." And then when Mark talks, they're like, "What the hell? Like that thing just talk?" And like, so I guess for them, they've only ever seen like I guess cavemen, like ones that can't talk, that are not as smart. I thought that was funny. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting the fucking dinosaurs to talk. So
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought he was gonna get fucked up by some dinosaurs, but I think he gets like he like falls through another portal or something. He tries to fight him and then he goes through another portal.
Mhm.
But at the very end, we see Angstrom and Invincible pretty much face off in some kind of desert like tycoon place. I
Bro,
think
it's
actually
it's crazy.
it has to be the timeline where Invincible ravaged Earth because everything is like it's like a Badlands.
Yeah, pretty
and I
much.
think
It's like
even at the
Mad
end,
Max type thing.
yeah, at the end of the fight, I think we even see like the alternate like Adam Eve and like Guardians pull up and like
We
send
do.
him home. But Invincible fucks up Angstrom. He's pretty much like laying the hurt down that his dad did on him. He's like he is now on like the Angstrom's on the receiving end and he pretty much like beats him to death.
Mhm.
And I really like the shot where he's like looking at his hands and they're all red from the blood, and it's supposed to kind of mirror like Nolan's
Oh yeah.
Omni-Man's like red gloves from his costume.
Mhm.
Yeah, the whole episode, the whole finale was really really good. I think he says something along the lines of like, I thought you were stronger.
Yeah.
Because Angstrom said that like he, I guess, changed his body like biologically or something that he can kind of take punches and like
Yeah,
Viltrumite.
He was trying to be
Something
like,
like that.
oh yeah, like I locked in, like I can beat that ass too, or something like that.
Yeah,
Because he does at the very end, he does start kind of like teleporting around and punching him around a bit. But I mean, Angstrom was like, threatening. Like he's like, oh, I'm not just gonna like kill you. Like I'm gonna like fuck up your mom and like your brother. Like I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna go crazy. Like he's talking hella shit pretty much.
yeah.
So at the, I mean, he is, bro. I like, I like how it's pretty much the entirety of the episode. It's just Angstrom like talking shit, bro. Like he's just like going crazy on what he's gonna do. Like he's like the ultimate hater, bro, on Mark. And so he basically pushes Mark into like beating his ass, and that shit it's insane. Like, cause I guess it's we don't really we see blood and stuff, but we don't really do we see the body. I just know it seems like he punched him to where the body's gone.
Yeah, the camera like pans up and I think it cuts off right before we see like his neck or like
Like
his
whatever's
chest
left of
area.
him, yeah.
Yeah, whatever's left. But I mean, I think this is just like what made Mark's like kind of Viltrumite like killer instinct come out because
Yeah.
he never really wanted to kill anyone when his life is in danger, but like when his mom and his brother's life is in danger, that kind of like pushed him over the edge. And this is a theory that I think I kind of have is, and I was reading about this online, is I think that Mark is, or at least has the potential to be the strongest Viltrumite because he has adrenaline. And I was reading through like Reddit and stuff, and they were saying that Viltrumites don't have like adrenaline, although they do have like their super strength, their slow aging process and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Since Mark is half human and half Viltrumite, he has those powers that Viltrumites do, but he also has like the adrenaline that like humans get when their life is in danger and it's like a
Mm.
fight or flight type of thing.
That's
And I think that's
interesting.
what happened and made him snap and kind of just like see red for a second, or I don't know, not just a second, bro, for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I think also it's just a very good like season arc because in the beginning he's kind of wrestling with the idea that he's like, oh, like I'm not my dad, like like what his dad did at the what he came there to do. I mean, his dad's going through like an arc and a change as well. But at the very beginning, Mark's very much like, I don't want to be a killer. I don't want to be like my dad, even though like I am a Viltrumite or I have Viltrumite DNA. The whole thing is very much like it kind of mirrors how it's like a lot of times you grow up and you see like a flaw in your parents and you're like, oh, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna like learn from their mistakes and not do that. And Mark's very much kind of wrestling with that throughout the whole season. And at the end, he's kind of like, oh fuck, like I kind of like Loki did the exact same thing.
Yeah, he pretty much did. Yeah, he kind of became the thing that he didn't want to be.
Yeah.
Um, I had one more thing to say. I'm trying to remember it. Oh,
I oh we got
in the very beginning of episode 1, I think the evil Invincible straight up kills Angstrom's kid. You remember in like the apocalyptic world, they're all like hiding
oh
out in some like
yeah,
they're hiding
yeah.
out in some like factory, and then Invincible finds him and he's like, "Oh man," he was like, "I didn't want to do this," but then like he kills Angstrom's kid. I think we also see like an alternate cut of Angstrom and he's captured, and Invincible's like he's killing like a row of people, and then like he's the one at the very end of the row, and you just see Invincible like cutting people's heads off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Angstrom also has like memories of like Invincible killing other versions of him.
Oh
So I
yeah,
don't know.
he's got all those memories. Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally understand like Angstrom's, I mean, confusion. Like you said, he's fucked up. Like
Yeah, he
he sees
is.
all versions of Invincible as evil. Um, but yeah, I think the finale was done really awesome.
I guess it seems like in all these multiverses, in the majority of them, Mark joins his dad instead of like fighting against him.
Yeah, so I think even though like he he straight up fucking murked Angstrom, like he still isn't like his dad because he didn't join him.
Yeah.
He's going through like a really interesting and like conflicted arc of like how to be a hero. And
Yeah,
yeah,
overall, I really liked this season. I thought it was done really well. I'm excited for season 3 because there's the part that it kind of leaves a cliffhanger on is Alan gets arrested and he goes to like this holding cell and it's the same like intergalactic prison where they're holding Omni-Man, and they kind of talk telepathically because I think Alan has that ability, right? Like he can yeah. So he's talking to Nolan and they see each other. He's like, oh bro, like I'm here for you, bro. Like I'm gonna break you out of here, type shit, you know. And so
yeah,
I'm really excited to see what happens with that. Like that's where I'm at right now. That's the
yeah.
storyline I'm excited for.
Definitely for me, season 2, Omni Man's story arc, his whole storyline was what I was most interested in.
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure what
Um,
they were gonna do. I know I don't know about you, but I've not read any of the comics. I know you can go out there, like the whole thing's done, and you can
yeah,
like if you wanted to, you can go watch like a breakdown of it or go read it yourself and just know how this ends. Like they obviously change and tweak little things here and there for the sake of the show because there's a lot of comics, bro. Like there's so much that happens. I'm sure there's stuff that they're cutting out. But I was very interested in what they were going to do with Omni-Man because I mean, he's such a flawed character. Like, holy shit, bro. Dude was like a straight up villain in the first season. And now it's like okay, like what's he gonna do? Like how is he gonna like become a good guy? Is he like gonna like struggle with that? Like I'm interested to see what happens with that, and I feel like season two just scratch that itch a bit, bro. But I'm like I'm ready for the whole load.
Oh yeah, yo. It ended too. I think that one of the last things that Nolan says is he actually misses his wife. I think he. Oh my god.
I should have said that for the whole load.
Jesus,
He
bro.
misses, yeah, he misses Debbie.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too because I literally thought this bro was like so fucking cold that he could not fucking give a fuck about his wife.
Dude called
But
her a pet, bro.
I know, Jesus. Speaking back on the middle of the season, there's a really interesting part that I actually did like. I know that we are talking shit about Mark and Amber's whole relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a part where I think they skip school or they go to a comic book, like a Comic Con type
Oh
thing,
yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
and
Yeah.
there's a whole like sort of a fourth wall break where they go up to this famous like comic artist and he talks about like his animated series he's working on. I think it's actually for that dog, that weird like Doctor Strange dog that we
Yeah.
see like Mark talk to. But he pretty much gives like a whole like voiceover and he's like, "Oh yeah, like, animation takes quite a long time to do. You have to animate every frame." He's like, "Sometimes we just do like wide shots while like having someone talk over it, and it literally shows like a wide shot of like the
Yeah.
whole comic book event."
He's like
He's like,
sometimes
"Sometimes
like it's just a big wide shot and nothing is moving, but we just pan like through it. He's like to give the
yeah,
illusion.
yeah." He's like, "Sometimes like we won't show like the character's mouth, but like words will be coming out." And like he's literally mirroring exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, there's a
I
shot
like
of
that whole
Mark
part.
like covering his mouth, like thinking, like while he talks, he's like, "Oh, I never noticed that."
Yeah. I really like that. I feel like it was very on the nose and like in a good way. Like the
Oh yeah,
animators were
I'm
like,
really glad that they did that because like the big thing was everybody was like, "Damn, bro, how long is it taking to fucking animate this shit, bro? Like season
yeah,
two is taking forever." I mean, they did take a while, but
yeah,
like I thought it was a nice little like tongue in cheek reference. It was
yeah.
fun.
It was cool. I was smiling throughout that. I was like, oh, okay, I see what you guys did. I thought that was pretty cool. That was probably
Yeah,
one of the
I like
only parts where I really like seeing Mark and Amber together.
that.
Jesus.
Hey, bro, you
All
rocking
right.
with Amber?
Nah.
Wait, so
I mean, she's a lot better this season, but I think they're so much better like apart. And I feel like even if she breaks up with Mark, I wouldn't even care to not see Amber anymore.
well, for a second, I thought they okay because one thing that happens is when Mark gets saved by the future Guardians of the Globe, Adam Eve is there, and she
Yeah.
talks to him, and she says like wait, Mark, I'm not supposed to say anything, but like
Oh yeah.
Eve is in love with you. Like she's always loved you. She don't make the same mistake I did. I never said anything to my Mark from my universe or whatever. Like it's like my biggest regret or something like that. So now Mark's got like context that he's like, oh shit, like, I didn't know.
She want me. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I
So
thought that was interesting too. Like her, I guess alternate self was like saying she's gonna tell you she loves you, and like she's
mhm,
like, don't miss out on that chance to at
don't
least
fuck
give her
that
an
shit up.
answer. Yeah, I don't
See,
think that she was like pushing him to say yes to her, but she was like just like let her tell you and react how you will.
yeah. So I'm
I
interested to
always
see
like
what
them
happens with
better.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like them better together. I don't know.
You just like Adam Eve, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I do. And they're both heroes too, so at least they can balance their lifestyle and shit.
That is true. That is true.
Another thing that happens this season too is we reviewed the Adam Eve special, which I think
hmm
was really great. It was a nice little, you know, appetizer before we got season 2. The Adam Eve, she goes through a bit of an arc where she tries to save this couple from a bridge, like a car accident happens and this couple falls into the water. She pulls them out of the water and she tries to save them, but I think that they're still kind of really injured. And she feels really guilty that she doesn't want to watch like another person, die on her watch from her, not being able to save them properly or to be a hero. So she actually goes back home to her parents, who she ran away from in the first season, to just go live in the Amazon or whatever. So I thought that was interesting. Her relationship with her parents is really weird. Like her dad wants her to kind of just be normal and
yeah.
um so I thought that was interesting. I wonder how that's going to play out, her going back home and kind of just living with their parents while still trying to be a superhero. I don't know if she's gonna stop being a superhero or just kind of be very low key. I feel like she's gonna have to step up and be a hero because the Guardians are they're running thin, bro. They're running on fumes. There's
Yeah, well,
literally nobody left.
there was one point where Rex Blode kind of comes and talks to her, and he went through such an arc, bro. Like, dude basically went from like an asshole, like fuck boy,
Fuck
to
boy.
like, yeah. I actually really like how he kind of is talking to Mark, I think, after in the hospital. He's like, oh man, I saw like my life like flash through my eyes, and like I didn't like what I saw. Like he was like, I don't know why it took me getting shot in the head to like see like how much of an asshole I've been. And he goes and talks to Adam Eve and kind of like tells her like, hey, like you know, like you do your best to help people, like you're not, you know, you're locked in. Like he's like, you that bitch, you know.
Yeah, he kind of tells her like, you know, you gotta just work with what you have and like roll with the punches. Like, I mean, pretty much how that whole fight went down. Like they didn't know how that whole outcome was gonna be, and you know, he lost two of his members of his team. He's just saying like we got to do the best that we can.
Yeah, and then also speaking on the Guardians of the Globe, what's his name? Immortal has like a big thing where he's like depressed because Duplicate dies, but
Oh yeah,
but Nick, at the very end, she's alive.
Duplicate,
Yeah, was that a post credit scene that you didn't watch again?
bro. At the end of season, at the episode or season 8 or the episode 8.
I don't remember. I don't remember. Did you wait? Are you not aware that Duplicate is alive?
Was she on life support? I know that. I thought
No,
that one of
no.
them.
Wait. Oh my God. Wait, Nick, you didn't see. Hang on.
Bro, tell
Wait,
me.
wait.
How did I miss this, bro?
Wait,
I swear to God, she died because
hang on.
I saw her and her clone get smashed together.
Let me look this up. I'm gonna look up on the internet real quick. I'm gonna look up Invincible season 2, episode 8, post credit scene, and see if that's what it is. And you just didn't fucking watch it again.
Dude, there's no way. They had post credit scenes for like every episode, bro.
Let me see. Is there a post credit scene? Invincible season 2 post credit scene explained. What was it? Let me see. Final moments.
There's also a whole side plot where there's a Martian that becomes a part of their team. Do you remember that? I thought that was pretty funny. He's like trying to act human and shit. It was weird.
Yeah, that was kind of. I mean, I like how at one point they all were like, "Oh no, we've all known."
Yeah, he's like, I'm a human. Like, it was weird.
Nick, I don't think this was a post credit scene. I just think your ass was on your phone or something, bro, and you just missed this whole fucking scene.
Oh well, I guess Shrinking Ray died for sure.
Yeah, like, she's dead. But this was like okay. So you know how Immortal? There's like a part where like he's at Duplicate's funeral and he's kind of sad, and then Cecil's like, "Hey, bro, like take that vacation, my brother," you know. And he's like all depressed. So there's a scene where he's walking. I actually don't even remember. He must get there somehow. I don't remember how or why, but he's kind of like walking in like the snow somewhere, and there's like a cabin, and he opens. Oh no, I think it's his cabin. Like that's where he's staying, and so he's there, and he's like just living on alone. He's kind of just like with his thoughts, and then he turns around and Duplicate is there, and then he's like, "What the?" And he's just like, "Kate." And then she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, like that you didn't know. I'm so sorry everything happened." Like, she basically is saying, because her powers, the way they work, is she can make duplicates of herself. But if they kill her, the original host, like, then she's dead. And they all have numbers on their suits, so you know which one is her, as number 1. She basically was saying that number 1 was a duplicate, and that she's never actually been there. Or at least she wasn't for that mission, I guess. But they did it on purpose in case that this ever happened. So maybe she's never been there. I don't know. But like, I guess she shares memories of her clones. They all have the same brain, the same whatever. So I don't know how it works. But yeah, there's a scene and they're in a cabin and she basically says, "Yeah, like I'm alive. Like we did this."
She faked her death?
She didn't fake it on purpose, but she said it was basically like it was like a contingency plan where it's like, okay, I'm just going to have the clone that has the number 1 on it. That's actually a clone. It's not me. And
that's pretty smart.
Yeah. So when you thought she died, it was actually a clone and she's still alive. So then they embrace, they hug each other, and Immortal's like, "Oh my God." And yeah.
Damn. Okay. So
how did you miss that, bro?
Dude, I don't know. Again, it's been a minute since I've seen this season, my guy. There's a lot of shit that happens. I just remember that, like her death shocking me,
Yeah.
and I was
Oh,
like,
it
holy
shocked me
fuck.
too. But then I thought you were purposely leaving that part out because you wanted to talk about it later. But I guess you just didn't even
No,
see it, bro.
Jesus. I do remember the immortal being depressed though, because
Yeah.
he felt like she was the only one that understood her or whatever. But
Nick probably
hey,
saw
good for
the
him, bro.
depressing part, and he's probably just like, I'm gonna leave this playing while I go make a sandwich, and he like left the room, with the
Dude,
fucking TV playing.
probably exactly what happened.
Jesus,
Well,
bro.
shit.
Yeah, Nick, look up the scene after we wrap up, because like that, I'm not.
Okay.
That's a real scene, bro.
It does sound real now. I do remember him being like all depressed and shit, and
Yeah,
Cecil's like, take a vacation.
yeah, it happens right after that, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I do know, I think you said this already, but I think Omni Man at the very end, he says telepathically to Alan that he misses his wife. Like he's like, oh yeah, like miss that pet.
Oh yeah, here it is. It's episode 8.
Oh shit, you looked it up?
Immortal finds out duplicates alive.
Yep. Nick's like, what?
Dude, this is blowing my mind.
God, bro.
Okay. All
I
right.
swear
Well,
this always happens,
thank
bro.
God. Thank God. Thank God. I know. Yeah, last season something probably came up, and I was like, what?
Dude, this has happened like at least one other time. Wait, like, you didn't watch the post credit scene in the first episode, and you were like, "Wait,
Oh
what?"
yeah, dude. It's because the credits roll, and I'm like, all right, next episode. Like literally, if I just wait fucking 10 seconds, then the fucking post credit scene comes on.
Dude,
It,
I always check just to be safe, bro. Like I'll literally watch like The Godfather or something, and I'll be like, hold up, bro, just to be sure. Let me like skip to the end of the credits.
skipping forward.
Yeah, like I'm like, let me see if there's a post
It's
credit
Vito
scene.
Corleone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the team together.
I always check, even if I'm like, this movie probably doesn't have it. Like, let me just be safe.
I didn't expect it because I feel like it's such a Marvel thing, but that's
Yeah.
on me because a lot of people are kind of following that like post credit scene type shit. My bad, my bad.
God, bro. But anyway, I think we pretty much talked about everything, Nick. Is there
Yeah.
anything you want to talk about? You haven't
No,
yet?
I think that's it. There.
Okay.
I did want to say that I don't have a problem with this, but I was watching I think it was the Cosmonaut Quickie.
Oh yeah.
He was saying that he felt like the show maybe could have used more voice actors because yep, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. He was saying that one of the voice actors, her name is Grey Delisle. She's done like Azula,
Oh yeah, she's
a
yeah.
bunch of other
She
like
does Monster Girl, I
characters.
think.
Yeah, she does like Monster Girl. She does Adam Eve's mom. She does Shrinking Ray.
So he's saying
She
that he just like began to recognize the voice.
Yeah, he was saying like maybe nobody else could notice it, but he was getting like irrationally like annoyed at
Mm-hmm.
every time he heard the voice, he was like, "Oh my god, like it's the same person that voices this person."
Yeah.
He was just saying that maybe if they added like one or two more people to kind of help with the voice acting,
Mm-hmm.
it could benefit the show. But I think besides that, the voice acting is phenomenal. I think that everybody did really well. Stephen Young voice acted is incredible.
Yeah, I think
Um,
what's
J.K.
interesting
Simmons is
is
great.
this is like the only show I think I've watched where the voice actors, because the cast is primarily like A-list celebrities or like A or
Yeah,
B-list, like they're actual
they're on
like
the rise.
actors, yeah.
Yeah,
And they, most of the times when you get an actor to be a voice actor, it doesn't always translate. Like some are definitely better than others. But for the most part, people that are voice actors, like that's their whole thing. They can make multiple voices. They're good at it. I think all these actors are fucking insane. Like J.K. Simmons is amazing. Stephen Young is amazing.
hmm
I can't remember who plays Debbie. I think she was from Grey's Anatomy, the
Oh,
actress.
Sandra Oh.
Yeah,
Sandra Oh.
she's
hmm
really good as Debbie. Like
She's good too.
everyone like pretty much goes hard. So like I will say that like it's the only time I think I've ever seen like a voice actors that are like actually actors like just lock in. Like they're just good at it.
Yeah, I saw behind the scenes. I think of season 1 or 2,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Sandra Oh and J.K. Simmons. They were doing a scene, and it actually showed them like in the room, like reading the script, like talking to each other. I don't know
Oh,
if it's
that's cool. I
different
did
for
like
other
that.
like TV shows if they have them record their lines separately, but if that's the method they use whenever they record stuff, and I'm sure it's hard to get like all the actors in the room at the same time for a scene,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels way more natural and like the pacing of the conversation and like the back and forth. I think was really well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh
I didn't really have a problem with the voice acting.
yeah, I didn't notice that. I mean, if he noticed that, that's he might just be a nerd.
Yeah,
Um
I don't know.
I mean, I noticed
Nitpick.
like some people's voices, but I don't know if I noticed like I don't know. I guess I just don't think about that sort of thing when I'm watching it, you know? Like I see a different character and I'm like, okay, different character. A lot of times to me it's also just like, okay, this is like like this character isn't as a main character or even side character. They're kind of more so like there every now and then. So whenever it's a character like that, I'm kind of like, okay, like I don't know. I just don't think about that sort of thing. I don't really notice it.
Yeah, I also think a lot of the voice cast that we got in season 2 is really good. I know the character wasn't in it long, but we got Peter Cullen. You know, he plays Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
Dude's like in his 80s and he's still doing really good.
dude, it's cooking.
Um, yeah, dude is cooking.
So
I
he
would hope to see.
plays a Viltrumite, right?
Yeah, he's the one that took Alan off life support.
Damn.
Which I don't know why he did that. Maybe it was just for the audience's like context. He said, "I'm sorry, Alan," but when he does that, he comes back fucking stronger. So if I was doing that, I'd be like, "You're welcome, my boy." I don't
You're
know.
welcome, my
Like, what
boy.
is he sorry for? Like I don't know. Is it painful when Alan dies, but then he comes
Well,
back more powerful?
I
I
get.
don't know the context.
I guess he said sorry because like there is a chance that he could have died, and he's like, "My bad, bro. Like I kind of just
Mm.
like you could have died, but hey,
Yeah.
you didn't though. You good."
He's like, but did you?
But
Yeah.
yeah, overall, I still really enjoyed this season.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I didn't really have anything like too crazy besides
yeah.
the Amber Mark thing
I
and
think yeah, for me that was the main thing. I was like, all right, bro, like let's get going, bro.
yeah. But
Like I
everything
get
else
it.
I think that happens in this season like outshines that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd give this season honestly probably a 10. 10 out of 10,
Damn.
maybe a 9.5.
Hey.
It's way better than season 1. It takes everything
Hey.
up a notch. Shut
Yeah.
up, dude. The
Yeah.
the animation and the fights they're all so much better. I just really wanted to see more Viltrumite on Viltrumite fights, and that's what we got. It was
Yeah,
dope.
dude, I don't know how many seasons they're gonna do this. I know there's a ton of content that they can in the Invincible comics.
Hmm.
I don't know if they're gonna like, cause like, damn, bro, like if they're gonna do like everything or like at least like the main most notable storylines, then they're gonna need to lock in with this animation and voice acting, bro. Like they're gonna need to like speed it up, because otherwise we ain't gonna be finishing this for another 15 years, bro. And
Yeah,
they
I know.
they gotta start cooking, bro, because honestly, like I know it takes a lot. I'm not trying to downplay the work that goes into it. I do know they did say that I believe they recorded the lines for seasons 2 and 3 at the same time, or
Yeah,
that they were already working on animation for the third one to kind of speed it up. So we'll see how long it takes till season 3. I'm hoping, I guess next year, if this one came out in 2024, I guess it came out in 2023 and 24.
yeah.
Hopefully, maybe 2025, like the whole thing, maybe. So
I
next
know that's
year.
best case scenario. I remember when we reviewed season 1, season 2 and 3 was both like greenlit and approved. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping they were working like on season 2 and 3 concurrently because it seems like a part 1 and part 2 kind of story going on. But yeah, I hope the animation is still top notch. I want them to take their time. You
Mhm.
know, don't rush it. But I really want more of the show because it's so good.
Yeah, I agree. It might be my favorite piece of like superhero media. Like this and The Boys are the two things that I've been into when it
Oh,
comes to superhero
dude, that's
stuff.
coming out. I think that's June or July.
Yeah, it's like in a month or two from now, bro. We're about to be
I'm
eating good.
I'm so hyped for that.
Yeah. I think that's everything. Make sure to look at the links below. Leave a like. Let us know what you thought about season 2, what you liked or didn't like in the comments if you're on YouTube. If you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, anything else, leave a like, a review, a five
Yep.
star review if you fucking with the boys, you know.
Oh my god.
I had to go click on it. It was taking me a second. There was a delay.
You're like
um,
fuck.
yeah. Anyway, we're on Instagram, Reddit, even though not really posting on there. I mean, we're everywhere. Our letterboxes are
Yeah.
down there. Our personal ones. If you want to follow us on there and see reviews a little bit
Follow
early.
Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
on Threads,
Yes, sir.
Facebook maybe if y'all use Facebook. I don't know.
All the old heads were on Facebook. But yeah,
That's
no.
our That's our older demographic, I guess.
Anyway, that's this week's episode. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Goodbye.